I did it. I overcame my demotivating task of sanding all of these. I keep saying that I'm sanding these. It really isn't that bad. The only thing I'm doing, I'm taking the little hangnails off of the corners, the little splinters, so that when you run your finger up and down it, you're not going to get stuck and get a splinter or a little kid that's playing with it. So yeah, I'm just trying to knock those off of there and round them over a little bit. I'm not worried about this part. I'm gonna paint over it, so it should be fine. But the paint's not really gonna work that great if you have the splinters on the corners. So that's what I did. I used my sander, got all the splinters off of there. It's still sanding. I hate it. Power sanders make it much better. But I did have some time to think while I was doing it. Think about thinking while you're thinking. That on there. I was thinking about this. Okay, so I know that to make these pieces, I have to cut these pieces that I sanded. And I'm wondering, oh, now that I have this big pile done, this was the question that popped into my brain. Now that I have this pile of these pieces done, now I can just cut them all on there. And then the other part of my brain said, well, how many do you know that you need to cut? And I was like, good thought. Other side of my brain that decided to apply mathematical concepts and questions. So, how do I know how many of those to cut? Because if I cut them all to this length, I have just wasted them all. They might fit on the other side that is the same distance, possibly. Or I might have cut that one a little shorter, a little too long on the other side, and I might have wasted them. So, you can always make a long log shorter. You can never make a short log longer. Okay, so that is what I'm talking about here. Don't cut it if you don't have to. So fire up the old brain box. Remember your mathematicals from school that your teacher ripped her hair out to try to teach you. I actually had an algebra teacher who was bald. He may have ripped his hair out. I don't know. He didn't do it in class. He may have gone home and done it. Okay, so we're going to do a little algebra here, and I learned this algebra in 6th grade. Okay, so it's not hard. Just bear with me. Yeah, I'm sure you've learned this. You just have to remember it. Okay, so very simple. I like to use ratios, okay? So I know 18.5 inches is how much I've done. That's from the bottom here to this. I measured it with my tape measure. 18.5 inches. In that 18.5 inches, there are 20 wood. Okay, it's just I couldn't think of what to call the units, I just wrote wood. And by wood, I mean these small slats. Okay, I counted them, there are 20 on here in 18.5 inches. So, I want to know how many there would be estimated in the whole side. How many there would be. So, to find that, I'm going to do a little cross multiplication, little, switcheroo right there, some unit reduction, cancellation, taking out them units, and then we do the simple math problem. It ends up being 47.5 inches, which is I didn't show you guys, but it's the length, the height from the bottom to the top, much like the 18.5 inches is measured. This is measured all the way to the top. So this 47.5 inches, because units are important, always write your units or you'll fuck up your math, times 20 woods divided by 18.5 inches. So the inches cancel out, the woods stay there. It's 47.5 times 20 divided by 18.5, and I messed that up. I read a couple feet in 6.5 inches. That's why I wrote 6.5. Okay, so it comes out to be 51 woods total on the side of this house, on this side to the top. That's how many I have mathematically calculated belong on there. That's how many I need total. So I already have some woods on there, right? I have 20 woods already on there. And I need 51. Okay, so 51 minus 20, it's actually 21 because I have this one. I didn't add this one. I counted all of these. I didn't add this one. At the end, I'm going to stick this one. This is the one I was measuring with, and I said put it on the side and don't touch it and use it. At the end, I'm going to use it. because then I'm done measuring. Okay, so I'll add that on there. I have 21 woods in all actuality, which kind of fucks up this. I could recalculate it, but it's going to be close enough. You'll see. 51 minus 21 equals 30 woods needed. So I know that there are 4 woods in a big wood, and the big wood, I'm sure you can guess, is the longer piece. So these are, and I was an idiot, I forgot that I made the side of this piece 1 foot. So those are 1 foot, and this was cut out by from a 4 foot by 2 foot section of panel. So there's 4 of these in there. So there are 4 in there. So you have to divide. Okay. Let's focus. Come on. Focus on math, phone. You're a robot. You should know math. And be excited about it. I'm sure nobody ever asked you to use your calculator. Besides me. Alright. 4 woods in 1 big wood. Alright, so we know that we need 30 woods. So 30 woods divided by 4. That's how we're going to do this. So 30 divided by 4 is 7. Is 28. Drop it down there. Becomes, 20. Kind of did all the math and then realized I messed up. So it's 20. 20 is 5. 4 goes into 25 times. So 7.5. 20 minus 20 is 0. So we're done. 7.5 big woods is what we need. Now obviously I need 8 woods. 8 big woods total. Because 7.5. I'm going to have to cut into one of those and count it as a loss, or maybe I can use it as scrap and make something out of it, like more shingles somewhere else. So, I know that I need 8 of those. So that's convenient. I can look at my pile and see that I have much more than 8. But now that I've gone through the trouble of sanding them all, I don't have to worry about it again. So this is a good thing, as far as estimating. This was 1 2 foot by 4 foot panel. Okay, so if I need 8 more of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, separate those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have, this many left. I can calculate and see how far this is going to go. And basically what I'm getting at is I can calculate my wood consumption. So if these pieces and what I already have up there, I discounted this one, let's put that back in there. So these pieces are going to go on there, and there's going to be a little bit left over. That's what it's going to take to finish that. Okay, so I know that. Now I can start monitoring my wood usage, and then these are going to be left over. That's only 6 pieces, and I know that 8 pieces does that much. So on the other side, if that's 8, I'll probably be able to get that much done with those remaining 6 pieces. So it's about 2 4 2 foot